son, the Boozer twins. Um, some of these young guys coming out of college, but I really don't like the overtime elite. It's just an unserious league. Um, it's just unserious, honestly. Like you have some of the top players in the league, but guess what? You're taking away from professionalism and developing young men because number one, I haven't seen an overtime elite females team. I've not seen it. I haven't seen an overtime females team, and I'm very upset about that. Not because I want to see women. You know, we need the women empowerment, and I'm not against women at all, but I really want to see that because number one, y'all have X young women out of the equation. Some of these young women are better than these men. Not lying. Not even lying. I've seen women athletes completely obliterate male athletes on the floor when it comes to skill, not athleticism. Athleticism and skill are completely different things. IQ and athleticism are two different things. And it has to be talked about. But I'm really just not a fan of the overtime elite leagues because they've taken away from basketball. They should have stuck to as a AAU team who came around in the spring, right after the March Madness tournament, and dragged it to like the beginning of the school year and called it quits then and there, and that should have been that. It takes away from development as players. Overtime elite isn't teaching these guys anything about logic. It's literally a game of ISO. I gotta say though, it is quite perfectly a simulation of what to expect with some college basketball teams, and I gotta give them that. Their perspective on the game is very positive, but you're developing all ISO guards and athletes, not skilled athletes, just athletic athletes, and you're not developing any good players. And some of these high school players have taken their talents to overtime elite because they know they wouldn't last on a college floor, and they know they're winning an opportunity. And I gotta give it to them. They are giving some of these athletes a chance, because there's no doubt that some of these guys will never ever see start in a college
George Pickens high in the air to bring
man.
it in.
College basketball game. We'll possibly not see 50% of these guys ever go to college basketball, go to play college basketball, or start in a college basketball game, no doubt. But it's taking away from development and opportunity. It gives young high school athletes opportunity. Stick to AAU, bro. Stick to AAU. Don't make this a high school thing. You just saw them in Pinecrest High School, and they took their talents to overtime elite. Whether it was after they graduated or not, I don't really care. It's just not about, it was after they graduated. It's not what it's about for me. I know a ton of college athletes who literally would have made it to the league if they had an overtime elite for football. And we don't want to see that. It's not what we want to see. Why? Because we want to see college athletes. Yeah, the viewership for college athletes has sunk through time. It's completely sunk through time, but why take away from the start of something? We just started getting good. We just started NILs. Yes, y'all give a ton of opportunity. No doubt. I gotta give them their props. They give 100% opportunity to these guys who will literally never get looked at on a casual day by a college team. I gotta give it to them. But stick to AAU, bro. Please. I mean, you've already started, and it's probably not gonna end for the next 5 years or so. But you're taking away from the game. I'm tired of seeing overtime. I'm tired of seeing, respectfully, I know it is entrepreneurship by this young guy Cam Wilder. I'm tired of seeing the Rod Wave elite. I'm tired of it because a lot of these guys couldn't step toe to toe with half of the college athletes on some of, not even the best teams, not even the ranked teams in the world. It's because it's not true. There's no true realistic value behind what I'm seeing. I don't To be honest, I don't see anything special about what they're doing, but taking away from the game of college sports. Because guess what? Now we're gonna start the NFL. Well, they already have a rule and they only draft guys over the age of like 20 or so. But it's borderline unacceptable to me.
They'll start the drive with Harris. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
A nice carry by Harris, who had tougher sledding than in his Pro Bowl rookie season, but still topped 1,000 yards as a Steeler sophomore. As Pittsburgh tries to climb back to the top of the AFC North, he remains.
I just want to see more. Number one, Rod Wave Elite was not even taken seriously before they got there, because they had little guys like Nelson on the team. And now I'm very aware of the team and what they're doing and stuff. You know, I'm very aware of what I've seen, you know, through TikToks and Instagram reels and a little bit of research. And number one thing, Cam Wilder would know, as a former college athlete, this was a dream for me. Why? Because now everyone, you know, people are forced to watch me. They can't ignore me, and I respect that. If I knew I couldn't be ignored, I would try it out. But can it just be AAU? Because, I mean, like I said, there's a ton of college athletes that are 10 times more athletic than these guys. But guess what? 10 times more skilled. But guess what? The Rod Wave Elite and the Cold Hearts and the whatever the other names of the teams are, you know, and they're never gonna get the chance to experience real college life as true adults. I mean, I feel like that's what it takes, and some of these guys are using this opportunity to take their talents to the college level. But that's not what it's about.
A great play there.
Yeah, I was definitely short.
15 on the year and second of the game. And the Steelers are once again back in front. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official.
And, you know, it's... The reason I'm bothered by it,
so take away the touchdown. The officials rule.
and to be honest, I'm being quite honest here, it's not because, oh, these kids have better opportunity than guys I know feel like could be on those teams. No, it's more so because this is no proof of talent to me. There's a ton of other guys here in the world that
not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. Third down and goal now, and this Houston defense not backing down. They'll look for one more stop, and I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. So call that no gain on the sneak, and now there's still a...
There's no way I get shut down by the Houston Texans on back-to-back quarterback sneaks.
Remember, he got loose on the previous drive, capped it off with a nice touchdown run. And now starting again here, 1st and 10. A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. Tershawn Morton, the one to get him to the ground on the defensive side.
I love the idea, and I love I love how inspiring it is. Why couldn't this just be a summer AAU thing? Do you know how many college scouts are gonna be sitting? And I know, oh, people commit though. People commit, but way before the summer. Okay, let's start AAU in March or April. Oh, but he got high school classes to attend. Okay, so we're gonna adjust to their schedule. When do the majority of high school classes end? Majority of high schoolers get out between 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock, or 3:30. Okay, well, my school don't get out till 4 o'clock. Guess what? practices and games are on weekends, and practice starts at 5 o'clock. Okay, coach. Well, what happens with publicity? Guess what? You know how many coaches are going to be here? A thorough amount of coaches will be attending these. What? It's not guaranteed. You know what else isn't guaranteed? Them being successful in the league. Throwing away $1 million contracts that can go to true talent. True college talent, ready for the real world men and professionals. But we're giving it to kids who are playing on the Rod Wave Elite for an entire season, an entire year long. And what, the season ends in the summer? Like, come on, brother. Takes away from it. It takes away from the game, in my opinion. There's so many talented guys out here that will never be seen, that will never be talked about, because the Rod Wave Elite exists. No, I'm not just choosing. It's the only man I know. But you know, no disrespect to any of those guys on the rosters. A lot of them will say, "Oh, this giving me way more opportunity, way more visualization and understanding about this is the game of basketball." No, it's teaching all of you how to be ISO players. It's not preparing you for the NFL, bro.
Off play action, flood, and they're gonna get him.
What the heck?
Back at the 16-yard line. Here comes 3rd down and 7. Off the play fake. Flood. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown.
But no disrespect to the Rod Wave Elite or any of those teams to that effect. It's the league, you know. A lot of these guys want to experience. Bro, I got hyped up in high school. We want a chip. Oh, bro, they ain't gonna be looking at them. I don't know. See, the best AAU team in the country, they hold a tryout in. Cause I know they obviously hold tryouts. They hold their tryouts just like they did before.
Throwing to start the drive. Flood. Man open is Robinson. And
right.
Get this all the way to midfield.
Hold their tryouts just like they normally do. But guess what?
Just shy of midfield. Steps away
it's a AAU thing.
He'll go down inside the 45.
AAU teams will be so good off right now if they had a chance to enter the Rod Wave. The overtime league, because it's just
Flood escaping the pressure right.
Teams like Team Takeover in DC are one of the top teams, AAU teams, to ever exist in the world. Team Takeover, right? Guess what? Why aren't they on the overtimes? Why aren't they on overtime? Oh, maybe because they don't want to be. No. They're an AAU team and they respect high school ball. We can see true talent and authentic high athletes go at it in the summer. Or not even the summer, from spring to August 12th. We'll see the best high school athletes. What if they get injured in the season? They have a better chance of getting injured on the Rod Wave Elite than they will ever have a chance of getting injured in an AAU tournament. Do you understand what I mean? And it's no hate. It's just like, there's so much talent out there, but we're wasting it on overtime. We have future college athletes who can take advantage of the game and be the most successful.
Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as we say goodbye to September and take a look around the NFL here on this first day of October. We'll start things out with an AFC North matchup. Baltimore heading over to take on Cleveland. And it's the Browns who have the lead in the second quarter. Elijah Moore up over 100 yards receiving with 2 touchdown drives. From there, we'll head down to Charlotte to check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Minnesota Vikings. Bryce Young has thrown a touchdown pass. Finally, let's get to the
And we'll jump right over halftime and keep the game going here in week 4. Second half kickoff ready to go.
So it just tells you though. What we got in the Thompson twins from Raw Wave Elite. I mean, not Raw Wave, Overtime. Like, my fault, Raw Wave Elite. I don't mean to disrespect y'all and all that. But, I mean, they're talents. They're very good players, actually. One did have to take, I think he is taking or had to take some time in the G League post-injury. Because of, you know, obvious reasons. We didn't see enough of him in the beginning of the year to easily say, oh yeah, we can bring him back from injury and he will cooperate with us and easily be the best thing since sliced bread. No, there was no opportunity for this, not at all, because the NBA is true professionals and they're giving out $1 million contracts to guys who deserve it, not to guys who are playing on AAU teams year long, and then when they get there, they're not able to deal with contract disputes and they're sitting out and they don't want to be team players and they're not being accessible, they're not being reasonable, they're being their behaviors borderline unacceptable. They don't want to deal with that. So guess what they do? They don't draft those guys. Bro, I played on the overtime league for 5 years, bro, and I never got any vision. I never made the NBA. We gonna hear that. I jumped from team to team. Were you a talent? I would like to think I was a talent. Why? I was in the overtime league, bro. I was the best top players in the world. Did you not realize that college championships were being won and NIL deals were being made with the top athletes in the world? That don't mean nothing to me, bro. I was on the Raw Wave Elite. I played for the Cold Hearts. I played for I played for this group. I played for this coach. Okay, are any of these coaches college coaches, or have they ever seen the professional floor? But to team. Why is that? You know, I had some problems with my coaches. What was it? Oh, he didn't give me playtime. So you think you're NBA ready? Meanwhile, you couldn't get playtime on the biggest AAU team in the world. The all-year AAU team. That's the 4th time I've gotten that animation. What that mean? Don't mean nothing. It don't really matter. You know, that's not what it's about. They didn't give me opportunity because nobody believed in me. Like, what?
Poor decision there, and it's going to be intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it, and he will return this.
I'm getting tired of this game. But, and it threw a low pass. Mind you, I would never throw a low pass if bro was wide open by 10 yards on both sides. But you see how unrealistic all of this sounds, right? I prayed for the Raw Wave Elite, and I'm trying to get drafted to the NBA. Are you serious? There are 10 top 10 team ranked players in the world right now. In the real world. Professionals who have real NIL deals and not them dumb old, you know, no disrespect to Overtime for getting some of their guys some NIL deals. But the real deal athlete stuff, not none of that. Oh, he got we got a little partnership with Gatorade. No, just he got Blue Line Roofing and all them guys. These are real NIL deals they're signing with Adidas and Nike and Gatorade, real contracts, not commercials, contracts, actual contracts. These are real deals. These aren't kiddie deals what we see on the internet. These aren't made up TikTok brands. These are real deal things. You guys are aware of this. Oh yeah, we knew, but you know, we thought that was important. To that, I hate that I can't see that guy on this camera. I'm just trying to throw it to him on a deep ball. Pickens deserves it, bro. He has a ton of targets and yeah, he has the touchdowns, but I don't mean nothing to me. That's the first down. No, we're going for it.
on third down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10.
But I mean, why? You know? I'm not dissing him, may sound like it, but I mean real. If I'm a coach and somebody tells me, oh yeah, we got this one dude who played for the Rod Wave getting gotta close out. Cause I'm locked out. Hold on, I gotta reset this game. I'm completely locked out right now. I'm trying to talk. But think about it, brother. Why, mind you, I'm way better than this, y'all. On this, the Rod Wave Elite aren't going to be making $30 million contracts. Athletes, they're not. I ain't even allowed for the NBA. Still, you know who is? Duke, Wake Forest, UNC, Kentucky, Arizona, Houston. Real college team, billion-dollar organizations are gonna make $1 million to $1 billion worth of athletes out of 3 or 4 classes. Oh, what do you mean $1 billion worth of athletes? At least 4 of those people will still be in the league 4 years in. So we have to assess that. The Rod Wave Elite aren't creating the top athletes. The quote-unquote best player of all time, based on the basis of this generation, went to high school and made the league. No doubt, that was true talent. Gotta give it to him. He has talent, you know, and he worked hard and he got to where he got off that. Same with Kobe coming out of high school. But why do people take LeBron serious and he has 4 championships in 21 years? And people talk about how he's a winner, he's a great player, he knows how to win, he's a team player, he's a leader. But he, on the teams and different rosters he's only led them to 4 championships, 2 of which he was on a super team for, 1 of which was a hard-earned, well-deserved one, I feel, that 3-1 comeback where the Warriors completely blew it. So we can't sit here and act like the Warriors didn't blow it, they didn't ruin it, and it wasn't because of LeBron's greatness, it was more so because they thought it was easy and they had a cushion of 4 games to just win this thing, and they said we can take a loss, we can take a game off. And I wrote this game, all right, we're going to take the 6 game serious, but by that time you can't take that momentum of winning away. So it comes down to that last game, and the team wins it in game 7 and the 3-1 comeback, no doubt. So I mean,
so the Steelers offense getting set for their
we really can't take the bubble championship realistic. I mean, 2 teams literally couldn't make the playoffs because they couldn't win a game by enough or whatever it was, or they couldn't beat a certain team.
On 1st and 10, Flood.
If my entire playoffs seeding is based off of the 20 or so games I played consolidated on a Disney resort or wherever they were at, in Epcot, wherever, with the rest of these bums who I literally was flying across the world to go play with, if this is the alternate reality for me, and majority of my career would possibly be based off this, people will see me as a failure, is based off this, and we consider that goated.
Shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time,
he didn't drag it. That's what to say.
So the challenge there does not go their way.
So I mean,
remain a completed pass.
No doubt the Heat were a good team, and of course he was one of the top players on that team. But championships are team wins. We can't give them to one player. But when we look at guys like Michael Jordan, who single-handedly carried his team, LeBron has not won a championship with anyone who we will never see in the NBA Hall of Fame, who was never had a chance of being in the top 75 players list. Kobe won with Shaq at times, and Michael Jordan won with Scottie Pippen and Steve Kerr and Dennis Rodman. Easily some of the top players. But why were they top? Dennis Rodman literally got a whole bunch of boards. He didn't score a lot. Why? Because guys like Jordan were taking shots and he would miss some. But a lot of them were defensive boards. They weren't mostly offensive boards. He was a defensive boarder. He was actually a defensive player when you consider everything in the books. He was there for defense. MJ was a good defensive player. Scottie Pippen was reasonable. So I mean, what can we say? Can we really say that he played with easily guys who would average 30 in a regular season, could drop 40 in a season? No. But guess who LeBron played with? He played with D-Wade, Chris Bosh, Ray Allen. He played with a ton of athletes who are literally some of the best. And won a championship. How do you win with the best team in the league? And people don't realize, wait, he won because he was on literally the best team in the league. And yes, he added value to it, but this team was already good before he got there. So I mean,
to throw again, Flood. He's got his tight end
argumentatively was the main reason they won the championship.
Across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. And that's going to be in.
Same group of guys that almost lost to Gary Trent Jr., Yusuf Nurkic, and Damian Lillard in a bubble. They had a chance to lose it. The games weren't completely out of touch until Dame broke his pinky. So I'm locked out. I'm so locked out. And this is a low pass. It doesn't even.
And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
You know, there's a lot to assess. There's a lot to it. I'm locked out. I need to lock in. Hold on. I really can't take this game seriously right now, thinking about how overrated the LeBron scenario is. In my opinion. You know what? I'll take that whack interception. I'll take the whack interception and make it work. So, it's, for me, my GOATs are guys who can cook. Now, no doubt, I do believe that LeBron is easily one of the top 10 players all time. Longevity and dominance and power is his strong suits. And I'm not going to be one of those guys that try to say, oh, he doesn't have longevity or he's not a powerful scorer or a good defender. He's probably one of the most well-rounded players we've ever seen. But there's no doubt in my mind that LeBron James is overrated in the sense of his greatness. Okay? Not overrated as a player. Well, in some ranges, I do believe that they do overrate him when it comes to shooting and things like that. But don't they do that with every big that can score 3 threes in a game and do it maybe 20 times out of 50 tries? They do it all the time. So I mean, I'm not singling him out for that purpose. It's more so because people are calling him the king, or the great, or the chosen one. How? What's so chosen about being 6'9", 200 and something pounds, and you know, have literally some argumentatively some of the top trainers in the history of sports, because they can keep it 6'9", 230 or so pounds and intact for a season, maybe, if he can play a full season, honestly, and some change. So I mean, they keep him intact, they keep him in shape. You know, he's a great team, no doubt. I do think his team is doing a phenomenal job. When you consider all the things in place for his success, they're doing a phenomenal job for the past 20 years or so, whether he's had this team for 20 years or so or not. But they've kept him at working. Don't think about it. LeBron James, plus any other athlete, takes a ton of supplements, and these aren't illegal supplements. These are literally organic supplements to help with your muscles and your body and things like longevity. Think about how healthy he is, right? He's 6'9", 235 pounds though. Majority of the guys in the NBA are gonna be healthy. I wouldn't say, oh, they're all gonna be LeBron healthy. No, but You know, he's never had any truly insane, gruesome injuries like we've seen with KD and Klay Thompson and Curry and like, you know, I just went through the whole team. Guys like Kyrie have experienced some injuries. I'm not really sure about Harden. Dame with the abdominal tendinopathy last year, and then the broken pinky in the playoffs in 2020. I mean, there's a ton of very gruesome, disgusting injuries, and I'm very glad that we haven't seen any coming from guys like, you know, Jokic or Giannis, argumentatively great players in the league. Because it'll take away from what we've seen, what's been created through time, and I'm glad that we haven't seen it's not possible. And but it's just. I could have put that one a little more further out there, but I'm trying to talk. I'm also kind of hungry, thirsty, but you know, you get the gist of what my argument is here. When it comes to a player, great player, yes, but we cannot base his greatness solely off skill, because if we did, Giannis would be already top 10 all time. His weakness is his free throws. Guess who else had a weakness here? With free throws, and y'all are trying to say, over time, I've seen it, they're trying to take away his greatness. Shaquille O'Neal is argumentatively the greatest big in the history of the sport. Oh, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, though. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Wilt Chamberlain. What about those guys? What about that guy? What about Akeem Olajuwon? What about Bill Russell? Giannis would murder them. Giannis would murder some of those guys. I mean, well, okay, that's a hot take. Think about Giannis's power and his capability and his skills and his success and his speed. You telling me that he wouldn't give a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar 20 buckets? He couldn't. No, he couldn't get it. He couldn't give him 15 though. Yes, he could. You know, they would definitely argumentatively give him some work. But guess what? I am confidently saying that he would punish some of those guys off the glass. And he ain't no steroids. Boy, that's a real deal. Authentic. He created that. Oh, well, he had a supplement plan too. Duh. Doesn't every athlete who gained? Oh, why ain't KD gain? Man, KD don't gotta gain weight. KD is already 200 and something pounds. Believe it or not, if you know anything about athletes, a lot of them don't look their weight. You wouldn't guess how much some of these quarterbacks weigh. He only weighs 200 pounds? Yes, your quarterback only weighs 200 pounds because a lot of these quarterbacks don't have muscle. They have an arm. That's what it is. Bro, I thought he weighed more than that. He only weighed 215? Yup. Why he don't weigh 230? He's 6'6". Why he don't weigh 230? I don't know. This ain't the NBA. But it's just logic. No doubt. When you come to the size, you know, 6'9", 235, that ain't easy to guard, but it ain't easy to maintain. Guess what? He's done it, and that's what we need to talk about, him maintaining his health and his body for as long as he's done it. And stop talking about his greatness as a player, because no doubt he's argumentatively one of the greatest players we've ever seen. But can we call him the greatest player of all time when we have guys who have 5 championships? He has 4 in 20 years. Some of these guys didn't even look at 20 years. They said, I'll be good through 10 or 15 or 19. You know, and you know, oh, well, 19's a few years down the line. Okay. Argumentatively, yes, you're spitting. But can we really assess the fact that maybe LeBron is playing for 21 years because he's still chasing championships? He's played with. Can you believe this? He played with Carmelo Anthony. Listen to this. He's played with these guys. He's played with Anthony Davis, Carmelo Anthony, Kevin Love, Kyrie Irving, Derrick Rose, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, Ray Allen. D'Angelo Russell is, I feel like, going to be a Hall of Famer just solely based off of his stint with the Lakers. Did I say Russell Westbrook? Did I say Carmelo Anthony? Did I say Rajon Rondo was on his team? He played with J.R. Smith. who could argumentatively not be a Hall of Famer, but I believe he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. And it's also because, yeah, he spent time with LeBron. Yeah, he spent time with LeBron, but he's also showed signs of greatness. He's shown signs of skill that we've never seen before. But, you know, a lot of that has came from playing with LeBron, no doubt. But think about all those names I just mentioned. The point guards and centers I just mentioned. Do you really think none of those guys could have won a championship without LeBron? Somebody say, oh, Kevin Love definitely wouldn't have. If the Heat would have just locked in 2 years ago, Kevin Love, or wherever he was at the time, would have been a champion a long time ago, okay? He would have been the champion just as many years as he was a champion with LeBron. He would have been a championship. He would have won a championship on his own. Oh, but he played with Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo and Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo. I ain't never heard nobody say Jimmy Butler is greater than LeBron. And it's not because he's not, but he has something that we're not gonna see. Dedication and value. Waking up 6 a.m. and training and getting ready to play for this team and carrying them in the playoffs. He literally lost in the finals. If that isn't amazing enough to me, he didn't lose until he got to the finals. He wasn't a loser until he got to the finals. That's great. But he's not gonna get the LeBron treatment. Why not? Oh, but because LeBron can play for 20 years. 20 years of 4 championships. It takes you half a decade to win a championship. Bro averages half a decade in a championship. I couldn't get past him on the ground. I'm gonna keep running the same play because it's just working. Yeah. A little bit shot there, but you know, I was looking at that. You know, I wanted to keep hitting them there. It wasn't because I couldn't get it there. Just hungry for it. But I'm locked out. I'm talking. You know, when I'm talking about something this important, I feel like this is important to talk about. LeBron James, no doubt. I'll give this to him. I'll forever, and I'll accept it. I'm trying to take it away. LeBron, to me, is argumentatively the most athletic player we will ever see in the game. And I don't even feel weird about saying it, because his athleticism is in some ranges unreal. But now that I think about it, we've seen these spurts of athleticism. The only reason people love his athleticism is because of the longevity that he had. But like I said, it's not like he isn't working harder than other guys to keep his body in shape. He has to work a few times harder than some guys. Some of these guys are literally in the same exact shape as they were in their prime. But guess what? They're not in their prime anymore. Oh, they're not scoring 30. They're not averaging 30. If a guy isn't averaging 30 or getting a double every 3 or 4 games, guess what? We would never look at him as, wait, he's been the same amount of hours. Look at Kyrie Irving. What do you mean, for 11 or 12 years, maybe? I don't know. This bro has been in the same shape to me. Y'all see him catch that lob. Y'all see him catch that lob. Y'all see the jellies he does. Y'all see the buckets he gets. Y'all see the monster plays he makes on offense and sometimes on defense. And we're not talking about him and his longevity. Why not? We're not talking about half of these athletes who literally have been in the same shape, if not even better shape than they were when they got here in their prime and have continued through that. Look at guys like Curry. Curry is in the same shape as he was in the finals. He just got a beard. So guess what? You know, he looked older. He looked slower.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack.
I'm getting sacked a lot, and he's like, bro, you keep running right, or you're running, bro. I literally am getting stuck on my players who are supposed to be checking and blocking these guys. I'm locked out. I'm not thinking, bro. Nigga, I ain't thinking, bro. You know, the homies watching this, it would be DEing, but I don't care. I'm literally laid back, and I'm hungry, and I'm tired. But, you haven't been giving him the ball. Because the can't get more than 4 yards. He's averaging 3.1 yards a game.
Pass play
Matter
got
of
just a
fact, I
yard.
see a
Here's
one-on-one
2nd and
I
9
like.
from the 26.
It's going to get there.
Back to throw. Flood.
Told you he drops it. Oh my god.
Incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that
Game
one.
of
It's third down.
curse.
They'll come to
We
the
might
line here
have
needing
Isaac
9
Wentz
yards to
probably.
pick up the first. He's going to get that.
But,
running back out of the backfield. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And that's going to be incomplete.
Yeah, fade away too, but
It's 2nd down.
you know, y'all get at what I'm getting at here? Think about who he's played with. When y'all say, oh, he's arguably one of the greatest athletes and not the greatest in the history of basketball, we can talk. I don't think he's even second runner-up. Or we can see Bill Russell. Guess who else? No, this is actually wild. This is actually wild. This is actually wild. I don't even want to continue this game. This is why I don't play. Like, when I get on Face of the Franchise, I always have to do that because, like, it's always something wild happening. Y'all seen I've been getting hit. I got sacked like 7 times already. It's not even on me. Oh, you keep running pass plays. You keep running. Bruh, it's my human right, and I should be able to run a pass plays as a quarterback and get them done. Why? Because I'm the quarterback. Like, what? Block. My guys can't get open. In this game, like, AIs just don't have any IQ. They have no clue what to do. If my route, like, they're so robotic too. And then when they're not being robotic, they're doing something they don't need to be doing. But no. Think about it. There's one player in the league that y'all know is more athletic than LeBron. Could last 20 years doing it and still be great. Give him a LeBron team. Give him the LeBron green light. A lot of these guys would be averaging or have the same numbers as him. A guy I feel like whose longevity that is going to hurt him is Tyrese Halliburton. Because number one, he's not going to win any championships, especially not with the Pacers. And number two, he's a point guard. And he's already gotten hurt in some wild fashions already. Another guy is going to be Dame. You know, he can drop 30 or get a double-double or get the same exact stat line as LeBron. 25, 5, and 8. 24, 2, and 7. 30, 10, and 1. 30, 19, and 7. Oh my God, he's doing he's doing great. And, you know, the rebounds and assists, he moved around. But, oh my God, he's so great. Right? When Curry drops 40, Curry had a 40 ball tonight. Well, do we see Curry's 8 assists and 7 boards? No. Why? And if y'all say it's not a realistic stat line, go look at somebody's Steph Curry stat line. I saw a game where he was like the leading rebounder at some point in time. He was getting like 7 boards. And I was so confused. Why? Because he's literally like the guy that's always near the basket. And half of the time, centers are nowhere near the inside with the Warriors offense. Why? Because bro is literally cut for this. They're literally cut for this. And Curry can get offensive board and defensive board. Because he says a power forward walk out. Oh, shout out Dre. But why isn't LeBron why isn't Curry considered top 10 all time? Or he's the best shooter all time? Bruh. Oh my, but he's a super team. Okay. 2 championships he won without KD. Then he won 2 with KD. Okay, or 1, or however many he won with 2. I don't remember. I really don't remember that stint at all. It's actually a blur for me. But, okay, but he had Klay Thompson who could shoot. LeBron literally had one of his best career games, or one of his most notable games in his career, comes from somebody else hitting game winners, not LeBron. I've never heard somebody say LeBron is the clutchest player in the history of the league. I've heard Dame, I've heard MJ, I've heard, who was the other guy they were saying was clutching the Dame? I think they were saying like DeMar DeRozan or somebody was clutching. There was somebody. It's closer, quote unquote closer than Dame, but you'll never hear Dame. You never hear LeBron's clutch. They'll hear LeBron carry. Bros had 22 points, 7 boards, and 4 assists on average. Or even 30 on average. Because one game he drops 40, and other games he dropped like 20, 23 or 24. And meanwhile he's shooting less than 60% from the field, less than 42% from 3-point, and less than 90% from free throw. How is this one of the best players? And you can look up his stat line and say that never happened, but this is honestly exactly what would happen nowadays with LeBron if he went to the championship, because he's not the same player he used to be. Bro literally was getting carried. Let's think about how many free throws he was shooting. Not a lot. Why? Oh, they were throwing tons of lobs. He was getting mismatches. So they had guys who literally couldn't even make couldn't cover a penny with a 30-inch sheet. They really couldn't, because they're not, just trash. Everyone who played them that year gave him 20 or more. And y'all have him on LeBron. And y'all think that bro's not gonna just completely make him what he is, a scrub.
Throwing to start the drive. Flood.
That ball was there. Majority of these players are literally scrubs. Y'all would like to see Grant Williams guard LeBron James for an entire playoff series? No. You would literally cry. Nowadays, right? If your team had Grant Williams on it. No disrespect to Grant Williams, he's a great defender. But think about it. Do y'all really want to see Pat Connaughton or campaign guarding Steph Curry for an entire playoff series? Because they don't want Dame to do it. No. Are we going to look to Pat Bev to score the game-winning bucket? No, we're not. Not because we hate Pat Bev. It's literally because that's not what he does. What the? I didn't even roll out. I'm not playing. I can't, because it's just too much going on with Madden. It's just, I'm trying to talk about basketball. But one thing we have to address is, how are we considering him the greatest of all time when he hasn't even done anything remarkable? It's easy to hit the scoring record if you average 20 or more a game. 20 years. I've played the game for 20 years. If you told me all I had to do was average 20, and I had the green light on every team I played for to take any shot I want, and I'm 6'9", 240 pounds. If you told me that, believe it or not, me and LeBron might be on the same boat. It's not unheard of, and it's not impossible. What he's done is not impossible. He doesn't average 40 in his career. He's not doing anything incredible with his scoring capabilities. And y'all can call me a hater. I'll take it with pride, because I really don't care, about what people feel, how people feel about this LeBron crap, because it pisses me off that there's so many great players that if they played as long as he did, as many games as they did, they would literally be passing him in all-time scoring. If Dame literally played as long as LeBron, didn't miss any games, and didn't really have any bad ones, or play in, put the same exact numbers up as LeBron, would we call him the greatest scorer of all time? No, he played for 20 years. It took him 20 years to get to that point, and he never won a championship. He only won this many championships. Oh my God! But when LeBron does, he's the best, he's the greatest of all time. There's nothing incredible about what LeBron has done so far. When you consider the amount of time it's taken, who he's played with, and how many championships he's won in this amount of time, it's ridiculous. So he has 39,000 points. 39,000 points all time. Right? For if I averaged, right, you know, how many career games has LeBron played? 1,472 career games. Let's do some math. Through all of those games, he's averaging in his career 27 points. And it's taken him 20 years to reach this point. Imagine if LeBron has never missed a game, right? Okay, let's say LeBron plays 72 games a year. Right, he only misses 10 games. Or better yet, let's say LeBron plays because I wanna give a reasonable number here and some reasonable stats. So if I played 64 games a year, my first 10 years will be 640 games. If I'm looking at 21 or 20 years, you looking at what, this 20-year mark now, or 21? I would have played 12,080 games by now, right? That's the number. Wait, no, tripping. Yeah, no, same, 12,080, right? He's played more than that. He's played more than 64 games in his career, and some, you know, he did have a career, not a career-ending, season-ending injury, right? So Dame's averaging 25 in his career. Imagine if he was the #1 option for the rest of his career to take the green light and have the shot and score. He's on the team of Giannis now. Oh, he teamed up, or he ran from the grind, bro. He was grinding for 10 years straight and didn't get an opportunity to win a championship. He was being held back by those around him, and nobody wanted to come to Portland to help him out. So guess what? He left. It's not like bro just left the team. #1, the team wasn't working in his favor, and then on top of that, they were doing some behind-the-scenes stuff that he didn't agree with. So guess what? He took it upon himself and took an absence from the team and left. LeBron was never in the scenario, except for in the beginning of his career, where that was a thing. Honestly. And I gotta give it to him. Until recently, recently he's had to play 80 games out of, in the beginning of his career, he had to play 80 games just to give his team a chance, right? And to keep his numbers looking good. But recently, I mean, that 2021 season of 56 games, of course, then it averaged 30 in 56. If he played 70, it would have been 27. Just again, it would have been 27, and yeah, it's still good. But now he's having 25 on the dot, 7 boards, 8 assists. He's almost a triple-double merchant, but guess what? Almost ain't enough, okay? #1. And #2, let's talk about this, bro. Bro, we're looking at 50-game seasons. The last time he played 80, 70 or more games was the 82-game season 2018, where he tried his hardest to win the championship, scoring 27.5. Almost averaging a triple-double, about two or one off from the rebounds and assist numbers. And then after that, 26. Before that, 26, almost 70 games, 25, 77, 27, 76, 26, 79, 26, 76, 30, almost. So let's talk about it. When he plays more than 55, 56, 57 games, we're looking at a 25 to 26 to 27 point per game player, probably 25 on average. So why is this so great? 1 year he averaged a double-double out of 1 year in his career, and that was in the bubble. Oh, they scored. They played 67 games. Good. Bro, if I had no crowd, nobody watching me, I would literally average a double-double if I'm one of the most athletic players of all time. It's hard not to. How don't you? You know what I mean? How do you not do that? How do you not average that? How do you not? And you're quote-unquote the best. How do you not? Right? So can we base his greatness off of that? That's what people base off greatness. Okay, there's a ton of guys who average 30 or 25 or more in 6 boards and at least 5 assists for 5 years straight of their career, and never were they called the best at their position. But LeBron can average 25, and what's his career averages? And no doubt, he's doing some remarkable things. But when you're the number one ball handler on the team, it's kind of hard to not get things. 7 and 7. Once again, 7s. All these 7s. All these borderline 7s and crap, man. Nothing impeccable. Nothing amazing, in my opinion. I mean, it's good to people who are willing to accept anything. For somebody who wants to assess someone's greatness on a level beyond averaging 27 points and you play on a team of scrubs, there was a guy in our league who averaged like 30 or so, and it was because his team was literally the team of scrubs. Like, they were the worst team in the league. Bro averaged like 20. He averaged more than our best player. And our best player was confused. He was like, bro, why does this dude average more than me? Because he had the green light. But our best players was playing on a team full of players who weren't necessarily some of the best in the league. Because, well, he had 2 right-hand men that could do better than anybody else. And guess what? It was no reason for him to do it. But imagine if he had the green light. If we give everyone the green light, we're going to see a lot of LeBrons. And guess what? The argument that LeBron was one of the greatest is no longer valuable. He used to be one of the greatest. That's all I got to say. I'll be back. Incredible.